Ah, welcome back to the workbench, robots. It's been a while. Where have I been? Well, my team shrunk at work, so I've been covering multiple positions. Also means I'm basically the only one left. Yada, yada, yada. Thus is life. Sometimes you have to work out things and, find a new direction. But here we are. I'm back. We need to get back on track with a lot of our projects that we still have going on in the lab. We need to address that. Hey, listen, there's been a lot of news out there. We've got OpenAI talking about releasing their own open weights, which would be, well, let's just wait and see. We'll find out before we pass any judgment on that. We've got Mistral. Mistral's released some new models. Mistral Small, the 24B version is actually quite good. I like it. They also have new versions of Mistral Large out there. I've been playing around with those. I'm still a big fan of the DeepSeek distills, so like the Llama, the Quens, and everything like that. But hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying your local AI and been keeping in tune as much as you possibly can. Things just move so fast sometimes. When you've got a workbench and you've got some cool stickers, if you want these stickers, by the way, go ahead and check out the store below. Help support the lab, and maybe we'll get some new GPUs going on the road. I'm going to start selling some of these GPUs just so that we can keep things moving through the lab a little bit. So if you want, reach out to me. I think I'm going to like 2 or 3 M40 24 gigs I'm willing to get rid of, an Intel Arc A770. Oh, by the way, let's talk about the Arc series. So I was not originally all that impressed with these, and we were having problems getting them to run in local AI natively. Well, there was just a patch, I'll show it on the screen here someplace, that basically should fix these to work natively in local AI. You're just going to have to wait for the next full release after 2.27 as of today. 2.27 is also an overhaul to the local AI web UI. Awesome, that's great. It looks great. I actually like the chat interface a little bit better, but you guys make sure you update and go check it out. But remember, coming up soon should be the full patch for this. It should be in the master branch if you just want to run off of master on local AI. And hopefully this works. I have not tested that yet. Just to be clear, it's in its box sitting right here. Besides that, we've got a 4070 Super that I think could probably go away. The 4090 I'm actually keeping. I bought this back from a friend that was going to use it. So this, we're actually going to swap in to the main node and pull the 3090 out of it so that we can use it in other tests. I also have that 7600 XT. Maybe we'll do some more tests with some of these, last generation 16 gig cards, but otherwise I'm ready to move them on and bring some other stuff into the lab. We're also going to do some more series on just building your own node and continuing that series of basically running everything locally as far as N8N, FlowWise, local AI, all your vector storages, your databases, and getting those all set up. Don't worry, I haven't given up on that yet. Just been delayed a bit. So that's just some of the things that are coming. Let's go ahead and hop to the lab, and I'm going to quickly show you guys the updated interface of local AI 2.27. All right, welcome back to the lab, folks. Let's quickly address the local AI 2.27.0 updates. As you can see, they updated all the all-in-one images. All the images got updated. The big thing is they did a complete web UI overhaul. And then they went through and did a bunch of other key light patches. Don't worry about all of this too much, but there is some really nice things that were built into this, especially say like if you're using VLM, they did some things for the config boost. I haven't played around with this yet. Feel free to play around with this and go ahead, but stay tuned. There's a lot more coming. I know that there is that patch for Sycl should be in recently, but let's go ahead and take a look at the new interface. As you can see, they overhauled the interface. It's much cleaner. At least to me, it's much cleaner. I work in software, so I tend to, kind of be a little bit judgy about these things. I'm sure everyone is. One of the big things that I enjoy is they did update the chat interface quite a bit. This is much easier on my eyes if I'm using it this way. Most of the time I'm actually using it through VS Code and continue. That's an extension for VS Code. If you haven't used it before with your local AI, I suggest that you try it out. Maybe one day I'll go ahead and cover that also. What we have is a new chat section. They gave you a new model selection over here. This is that new Mistral Small that I was talking about, a 24B, right? So let's go ahead and pull that over here. Give me just a second. Okay, let's bring up our little GPU panel, and we are going to set this up to just watch my main GPU node. Oops, that's the wrong one. Okay, let's go over here. This is the main GPU node that has 6 NVIDIA A4500s at 20 gigabytes of VRAM each on it, and there's that 3090 in there currently. I need to get that 4090 swapped in here just to give it a little bit more boost. When I do that, I'll cover it with you guys just so that you can see it. So we're going to bring this up just so that we can actually check out some of the memory usage on this. Let me scoot this over. And then scoot this over. Total memory buffer used. So this is Mistral Small 24B at a Q8. And this is the 2501. There is a 2503. I just haven't got it down on my systems yet, guys. Just not enough time these days. Not enough time. Now this is going to take a second to load, but as you can see, the chat interface on 2.27.0 of local AI is much cleaner looking and much easier on the eyes. We'll let this load up over there, and I'll show you guys Mistral Small 24B Q8. This has 128K context size set on it right now, and we'll see just how much VRAM it's actually using. It's a quite quick model. Does really, really well so far that I've seen, depending on what your use cases are, as always. And we'll wait for this to catch up. Expand this back out a little bit here, just so that I can flip this to the last 5 minutes. And then we'll scroll down and we'll wait for that to catch up. If you guys want to read this, feel free. Pause it here. Get a little kick out of it. I was always a big fan of the Mistral models. So, Mistral Small 24B 2501 or 2503 if you grab the newer one at a Q8 quant with 128K of context size will use about 26.3 gigabytes of VRAM. So you could run it at a lower size, you could run it at a lower quant, and this would easily fit on a single 24 gigabyte card. Think about that. Go check it out. Let me know down below what you guys think of the new Mistral Small and Mistral Large models. Let's go back to the interface here. You can see every single one of these tabs has been updated. The Home tab with all of your installed models has been updated. It's giving you a little bit more control over them. The new models, this is actually much better because at least on some of my systems this could take forever to load, and now look just how fast it is. They changed up the filters and the search tags and just basically overhauled the whole UI. Generate images, if you've got Stable Diffusion or Flux or any other things that you're working with, you could do it in here. I prefer to generate all of my images using Comfy UI, but you can do it in here no problem also. Text to speech, speech to text, and talking to a model, and of course the distributed inference. We've gone over this on the channel before. We've got a few more things coming up with this that I want to prove out, because we hear a lot of people saying, well, network is too slow. Well, if you guys kind of saw in the other video, is it too slow? Well, let's prove it out. Coming up. And then always your API documentation if you're using that. No real value to this video, but basically I just wanted to say I'm still here, guys. Wanted to say hi. I hope everyone is doing pretty good. And just remember, don't forget to buy your AI pizza. I'll see you guys really soon.